And I think of myself like, I'm looking at them, right? I'm looking around. I'm looking for some real inspiring messages, some insightful, meaningful conversations. You know, the kind of people that you want to align yourself with, right? And it's like I can't find them. I can't find them. You know what I'm saying? I can't. I can seek, you know, guidance. Oh my God, I'm so tired of this BS, bro. It's like 1 minute I'm like, I'm gonna swear about them. I'm gonna rip them apart. Like I'm just gonna go in on them. And then in the same time, it's like I get the opportunity. I'm like, oh. And this is the thing. This is the thing. I'm not playing it safe. I never do. In my freestyles and my discussions, I'm always taking risks. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, nah, this guy, he's not for me. And that's cool. That's cool. Right? And the reason I say that is because I've been to so many places where lots of people said that. There were probably people that met me in, I don't know, Springdale, Highfields, Kingston, Wolfran, New Park, Juniper, Fireworker. The list goes on, bro. And the thing these facilities have in common is not this shithole. Is the fact that they're all the same. You know, you go on social media and you see these influencers and you think of yourself, right? No. You think of a time when, you know, if you were in that classroom with them, what would happen? You know, what would happen if you sat opposite that kid with glasses, the one that's mocking the bottom G, not the top G, not Andrew Fake. You know, yeah, he is Andrew Fake, but you know, yeah, he's not all that, bro. But you listen to all these guys. You listen to all these streamers and people try and put them over like they're all this. When in reality, they're just embarrassing people. They're sitting over here talking about OnlyFans. They're sitting over here talking about these websites. And you got one of these weirdos. What's his name? Aiden. Ugh, that prick. And listen. He's sitting there, bro. He's hosting some kind of party, right? Some kind of snooze fest, right? That, you know, I could sleep through them, right? You know, I don't watch streamers. There's one streamer that I'm watching in particular, and you know why. But listen, that's personal to me, bro. But he could I even call him a he? Could I even call him a masculine man? I'm gonna say this boy. Right? A lot of these influencers nowadays, I mean, Andrew Fake is clearly a boy. You know, they're boys. And this is why we got a has-been like Minaj. Nicki. Yeah, that bitch. That horrible skank. And she goes, boys will be boys. Ain't that the truth? Well, it shouldn't be. You know, Aiden shouldn't be hyping up Andrew Fake. Shouldn't be getting his tongue out, getting hyped up over some fucking website prick doing their shit like, oh yeah, I gotta promote it. Yo, Andrew Fake, would you do this? Would you do that? Getting gassed by it on some website bullshit. It's really inspiring me to bring the 2017 me back. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to tap into the old me. Like I have. And it's rare. But I'm going to find him. And I'm going to bring him back. And when that happens, it's going to be peak times for them. Because they ain't got nowhere to hide. They ain't got nowhere to go. They're already exposed. They're already out in the open. All I have to do is strike. And when that happens, game over. That's the whole point of Dino. Cads was an embarrassment. And the fact that Cads, the whole character, the whole concept of that piece of shit. You know what? I'm not satisfied with that. Oh no, I'm not satisfied with that at all. 2017 me, come on. How did I do it? How did I say it? Go on. That stupid piece of shit. Oh my god. I'm trying, bro. I'm trying to. I'm really over here like, oh, I gotta bring him back, man. I gotta bring him back. But that's what Cads was. We're getting gassed now, but that's what Cads was. Cads was a hyped up fraud that Tina hyped. She stood there in that classroom and brought that prick to walk over to me. And all I think about, and yeah, I obsess over it, I suppose, right? But the thing I keep going over in my head was, what if it was Josh McCarthy instead? Yeah. What if I wasn't blacklisted? What if I wasn't excluded? What if I wasn't removed? What if it had been Josh McCarthy? What if instead of all these years, of all these wannabes trying to be these fake, toxic, masculine pricks, I'm just going to call them cunts. That is exactly what they are. They're not masculine. They're sitting there comfortable. A masculine role model doesn't sit there comfortable. He's out there working 24/7. Now, people will comment, people will come at me and go, then Dino, why aren't you making freestyles? Why aren't you doing recordings? Hold on. That is what I do. I've got tapes everywhere. I gotta edit them. I gotta put them together. I gotta come up with interesting ideas. I can't just keep sticking to the same click, paste, click, copy, click, paste, click, copy. I can't keep doing that. Usually it's already copied. I just gotta click, paste. I can't keep doing it though. I can't do that. I can't keep doing that. People will be like, people get bored. And I'm already sick of it, bro. Not my content, theirs. I don't look at any of these influencers, and I could show you pictures, and people will go, oh my god, he's violating my man. I would show you pictures, and I would tell you exactly why. They're betas. They're weak. They want to sit there comfortable. And I've never been comfortable. And that's something that makes me angry. And the reason I mentioned Josh McCarthy's name, just for people that don't know him, was because he's more masculine than most of these influencers. He'd probably get gassed if he heard this. I'd have to write his name, so he'd be like, oh, he made a video about me. But listen, I met this guy in Juniper. I met this guy. I was walking with him, I was talking to him, I walked in the room and I sat next to him and he saved me and I firmed him. All of that. I never looked my nose down at a guy that just minded their own business, that were confident, that had aura, that had presence, that had something to them. But these influencers, when you meet them, when I listen to these influencers, the one thing that goes through my mind is, this guy wants to be in a video with an OnlyFans person, and a model, a streamer, whatever they call themselves. They wanna be clipped with them, and the reason they want that is so people can comment, "What a creep! What a desperate freak!" All this nonsense. But at the end of the day, they're right. Because that's exactly what Tina was. I had a lot of conversations with Tina. And people, you know what? If people want to quote me being a freak for standing next to her, for talking to her, oh, you walked over to her, you wanted to talk to her on social medias, you wanted to message her on Instagram, you wanted to be in her messages, if you wanted to be in her comment section, people can, right? And that is probably why Tina brought Cads. I have to deal with the fact that I was blacklisted, but the thing I have to also understand for myself, and not just